Well, hello there. Welcome to Latent Variable Models, taught by me, Phil Wood, in the Psychology Department at the University of Missouri. This will be my 32nd year of teaching this class. It's my very, very favorite class to teach. For most of you, this is the third statistics class you've taken in graduate school, and it's probably going to be the last one. For that reason, it's important for me to look at classes that you've had before, regression, analysis of variance and similar models, and think about those as structural equation models, because that helps us understand how those models are maybe a little deficient, but how they can also be estimated as structural models. After that's done, we can then go and explore other models, confirmatory factor analysis, growth curve models, exploratory factor analysis, for example, that give us advantages in inference and constructing models that these other general linear models don't have. You're probably taking this class because you're wanting to know how to actually do these types of analyses. And so frequently people will say, what statistical software package are we using? And my answer to that is that you can use any one you would like. In past years and at any point in time, you can write programs in Onyx, Levon, Amos, M+, or SAS's Procalus, for example. I speak all those languages. Your choice of which platform to use is really going to depend on what you're most comfortable with and the types of models you're going to be looking at. And I can talk a lot about which platforms are really the nicest for which types of things. Because this is a graduate class, and because usually you're advanced graduate students, mostly people are interested in doing an analysis. So for that reason, I have a few small homework assignments that are get your feet wet with packages and interpret some of the printout. But the objective is to come up at the end of the day with a project that uses structural equation modeling. And given that I'm also aware of how long it takes to write a paper, what I'm looking for is a short version of this. I would like to take a look at a methods section where you take a look at describing who your people are and what measures you gathered, and then a results section, which outlines the structural model you want to do and maybe some assumption checking that you did. And after that, some basic ideas of the limitations and strengths of your model that might go toward an outline of a discussion section. All in all, that's going to be probably between 15 to 25 pages. And you can have use of tables to pad that a little bit. Because some of your projects are going to be things like dissertations, master's theses, or articles for your research lab. If you write an entirely complete manuscript for me, I am happy to read it. My pen bleeds for you. But I'm going to grade it based on the methods, the results, and some thoughts in the discussion section, because that's fair across everybody. I have a YouTube channel with several how-to videos of how to work with particular programs. Over the course of the years, I used to lecture, and people would say, well, make that into a PowerPoint so I don't have to take notes. So I did that. And then people said, well, put notes with the PowerPoint so I don't have to write all the time. So I did that. And I would talk my way through these points. And they said, well, I'd really like you to write down what you're saying too. So as a fix to that, I put all of my examples, all of my notes, all of my thoughts in a book form that's available on Kindle Desktop Publishing. Do not pay for it. Do not buy it on Kindle. I can get author copies for about $10, so that's at cost to me, and I can furnish that for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to working with you. It really is kind of a fun class. Thank you much.